What's going on, y'all? By seeing this link out, then we're going to get started in a second. My bad. I'm texting the Telegram really quick because I was supposed to be on here an hour ago, but guess what? We at it now. It is what it is. My alarm didn't go off. It is what it is. We're up now. My bad. Yes, overslept, but also my alarm didn't go off. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. As you know, I was out of town. I just got back. Didn't get that much sleep, but that's not an excuse. But just being transparent with y'all, my phone, I don't know if any other phone does this, but like when my screen is face down, for some reason my alarm won't go off. And I was doing stuff last night. I was editing some things up, and I fell asleep on my phone. My phone didn't die, but I was on top of it / was face down, so the alarm didn't even go off. And I don't know if any other phone does that, but my phone's weird. It is a newish phone. It might be like a year old, but yeah, my phone does that. And literally, I just woke up. I don't know, muscle memory, whatever. And I immediately grabbed my phone because I was like, why did I not get waking up to an alarm? And yep, we're here now. It is what it is. I wasn't going to be like, oh, well, it's not 3 o'clock anymore. I was supposed to stream today, so that's why I decided to still hop on. We're still going to stream for about an hour regardless. And I just punished myself and set like a bunch of alarms. So this won't happen tomorrow. But I do apologize though. Again, not making no excuses, but that's literally what happened. You know, is what it is. We're back at it now though. And we're about to see if we can catch some opportunities on these charts. So what's going on, y'all? I'm glad I woke up though. It could have been a lot worse. I could have woke up in New York session, so it could have definitely been a lot worse. But we're here now. We're back at it. Wrong thing. New week. So we're about to get right back at it. So new 15 just started. So I want to see who's going to hold this level. I completely missed the buy on it. I was actually not expecting it to pop off as early. Well, then we also started a little late, but it did this move last night during Tokyo session. I wasn't expecting gold to do that. So right now we're going to see if it can hold 2,000. I was actually wanting to catch this move, but it's all good. So if we can hold 2,000, we might be able to add another position here, but it did just break above this level before the start of the 4 o'clock hour. So I'm not against entering a buy here, but first I want to see if we can hold this level because it did just break above it. And I would actually like to enter at this level. That's just me wanting to catch more pips, to be honest. I'll catch a buy either way. I want to see if we can hold this level. But I wouldn't be against the retracement and then getting off the retest and entering right there. But we already hit a few target points that price points that I went over with the members and the course members last night. But yeah, we're about to go and see if we can catch some moves really quick. So yeah, we're going to pay attention to gold. So I'm going to go ahead and put gold on my other screen. I'm going to catch these comments. Yeah, I appreciate that, Sparker. Yeah, I do apologize, y'all. Like I said, I do apologize. I do take this serious. Y'all know I'm usually punctual with a lot of stuff. Like even like some of the stuff I post in the Telegram. If y'all notice, a lot of the stuff, it might be a little bit different on the weekends. And like, there's like a few things I post like religiously at the same time every day, every week. So I do apologize because that's not what I intended to do here. But it is all good. We're back at it. Mistakes do happen. And we actually had a decent entry. We missed the ideal entry right here on your AD. Like I went over with the members, was looking for sales. That was the game plan. So it did tap that level. We literally just missed it. Did it during the 3 o'clock hour, but it's all good. We're at the strong support resistance level here. So like always, if we miss the ideal entry, we're just going to wait for the retracement. So we're either going to wait for the retest right here and then off here, or if it breaks underneath this level, then we're just going to look for a sell right here. So yeah, we still have a few setups we can jump in on. We do have the retracement that's bound to happen in a couple hours though. So we'll just see what else. EN's at a pretty decent entry as well. Went over this with the numbers. So we're going to look at EN. The JPY pairs, they ended up tanking, man. I went over the JPY pairs with the members last night as well. I don't know if anyone jumped in on those, but those ended up tanking. Euro CAD looks like it's starting to move. That we went over last night. Excuse me, started to move that we went over last night as well. Yeah. So we're about to mark some of this stuff up. Yeah, we still got all day to catch some moves though. I was looking for this sell right here. It is a little unfortunate, but it does happen. So it's just like always, we're simply just going to either wait for the retracement or for price to break through, and we're just going to meet it at the next entry level. This would have been a nice sell. That literally did the retest and everything. So we're going to see if it's going to break through these levels. So we have a bunch of setups that we could have jumped in on. GJ's had a good entry though. It dumped last night. Literally did this the whole time we would have been streaming just to retest this level here. So this is actually at a decent sell position. It is a bank holiday for the JPY pairs today though. That's the only thing. But I'm not against this sell right here. If we can stay underneath that level. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Whoops. So I'm going to put this on. So we're going to keep an eye on gold. We're going to keep an eye on the New Zealand pairs and the AUD pairs. So I'm going to be looking for sell strictly on the AUD pairs. Euro AUD, GBP, AUD. For now, that could change. GA is still kind of bullish. It isn't closing underneath this daily level like I wanted it to. That's my main concern. If it closed underneath here, last week, I'd feel more comfortable going for sells. I can still go for a sell if it breaks underneath this. It stays underneath this level. But if it breaks back above like 82.75, then we could possibly see the bullish momentum continue. Because we have this level of traffic right here. Let me go on a naked chart. Because we're on top of this level of traffic that we're struggling to break underneath and break through. So if we reject this and shoot up to the upside, there is a lot more we can possibly hit and knock out. Because there was this huge drop here. So we can possibly try to take that out. So yeah, so we're not going to mess with that just yet. So then we're going to pay attention to the New Zealand pairs. Let's see where GN's at. What's going on? Y'all just joining? I overslept. My alarm did not wake me up. Do apologize. Let me see. That's a decent part right there. There's an EN and GN looking like they're at decent levels for a sell. I like GN for a sell as well. It's at a good retracement spot. So we're gonna see if it can hold this level as resistance. But I do like this setup as well. So let me pull up my other screen and start writing some of these trade ideas up. See if we can hop into some things. What's the other one I was looking at? This pair as well. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, so I'm gonna write some of these up. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered any trades yet. And then we're gonna go over how we went last week as well. Yeah, I can see a decent sell setup right here. Do a tight stop loss. Pretty decent looking stop loss. 95, we can say 95.20. I don't want to do 95.20. I think 95.20 would be good actually. Yeah, we're gonna do 95.20. Yeah, I like this right here. Somebody write this up. Give me 1 second, y'all. 95.20. All right, cool. So I'm keeping an eye on gold still. Like I said, if it can hold this level, I'll gladly go for a buy here. But it already actually did a retest of this level. Let's go back on the daily really quick. Because there's some key price levels I was talking about I want to see get hit today and tomorrow. This is already dove this high starting the London session. I can see it breaking this level. I wouldn't have been against a retest here, but it might do this later on today. I mean later on this week because we do have a lot of news popping off this week. None really today, but starting tomorrow, we got a lot of news popping off, especially on Friday and Thursday. So I wonder if we're going to do the retracement then. But I wouldn't be against a slight retracement on this candlestick, but that's just me not wanting to miss out on any of these pips. But it literally started its move as soon, like I dropped the video for the members at like 8-9 o'clock, and then literally the next hour, that thing took off and started its move. But that does happen. It looks like it's holding this levels, so I'm just going to keep this on my other monitor from now, and we're going to scan through these other pairs. GBPJPY pairs strictly looking for sales. It did a nice drop during Tokyo session last night. The New Zealand pairs are dropping as well. So let's go to GN and see how that's looking. Yeah, so EN is moving a little bit better than GN. So let's see. AN's not at a good entry either. Yeah, so I'm going to be on the charts during the session like always too. And it looks like there were some perfect setups for this stream. So I do apologize, but it is what it is. We're just gonna have to wait for the next opportunities, which there will be some. So right now I'm just scanning to see what pairs right now are at key price points I've marked off, so I can pay attention to those pairs, because the pairs that are at the closest to my key price levels, obviously that's where I want to enter at. So I'm just scanning through the pairs right now. Usually ended up dropping as well. EA. GJ is dropping as well. Yes, I like GN right here. So I like GN. And I like GJ. Let's go back on this right here. Cool. GBCast still at the same level right here. Oh no, it's broken above it. Let's take a closer look then. Well, it's been holding as support so far. So GC could potentially keep climbing up. It's got this order block right here, but it might try to hit the top of the zone before at least. It's a decent position right here. Got about 3 minutes to the next 15. So we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. on these setups right here. Oh wow, that thing's starting to rip. What the heck? Right before this 15 is about to end. Yeah, let me go ahead and write this one up. So I just broke this level. Let's go on a 5 minute. Yeah, so just did a retest, broke through this level. Yeah, so I like this right here. Yeah, I'm gonna write this up. First, I'm gonna go ahead and post this disclaimer out. Once I find it, here it is. $95.20, $95.20, 480, 40 pips. It's not bad. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, trying to break through that level. I want to. I don't want to enter because it's not the good entry point. It literally was just added, and as soon as I switched, it decided to drop. But we're going to see if it's going to retrace on this next 15. It's rejecting this level a little bit. So I want to see if the next 15 is going to retest, because if this is the first candle that broke through it, but we look on the 5, we see it's been trying a little bit, and it just did a retest here on the 5. So I want to see if this next 15 will retrace. It's retracing a little bit. I want it to retrace. Okay, there it goes. It's retracing a little bit more. All right, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. All right, there we go. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. There's the retrace. I was about to say, I was like, come on now. Don't do us like that. 94.80. All right, so it's about to be a 40, 50-ish pip stop loss. Nothing too crazy. So if it holds underneath this level, we're going to enter on this new 15. So we're going to see if it's going to retrace a little bit more. That way we'll have a better risk reward and we'll be able to catch more pips. There we go. All right, so we're going to let this reach. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely trying to drop to the downside. There we go. There we go. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. There we go. So just retested a level. So rather see if it's going to hold this level as resistance. And if it can, we're going to enter off the retest. It looks like it's retesting it pretty nicely. Yeah, but we're going to just keep letting it pump up. And then once it starts rejecting on this orange line and breaks back underneath it, we're going to go for the sell. So while that's doing that, let me go back to these other pairs. New 15 did just start. Yeah, so we're going to let that keep pumping up. And again, this is another example why I like to wait for the 15 to close and end. because during the candlestick, it's going to do a lot of different things. But where it closes, where it goes is important, but where it closes is also important, which I always like to wait. So we're letting it do this thing right now. I still want to look for sells on the New Zealand pairs, but it is 4 o'clock, and the members and of course the people in the playbook know what the 4 o'clock time means and all that. But we literally see the 4 o'clock pairs dump it. Dang, GJ as well. We was just talking about GJ too. Yeah, so we're gonna keep an eye on this. I'm looking at gold too. We saw how gold was red. Same thing. Wick closed right back on this level, so it's treating this level as a nice support. So if it same thing, if it breaks above this level and shows it wants to go to the upside, I will go for buys at this level. Like I said, I would like to go for a buy here, but simply I'll go for buys at any of these levels. That's why I like to wait for confirmations. And that was a nice rejection wick. So it holds this level and breaks above this line. I would not be against going for a buy here for many reasons. One, because I know what I'm risking, and I know I'm going for buys regardless for the most part. And simply, let me make sure it's a decent stop loss. Let me see this decent. 19 U6. Yeah, it's a decent stop loss. Actually, see where that wick now. I might lower it a little bit more because this reward is still pretty good. So we can put. Let's just do 1994. Let's just do that. Yeah, that thing just broke right back above to the upside. So that's why it could, of course, drop back down. We've seen that happen plenty of times too. But that's why I like to, excuse me, y'all. I literally just woke up. I didn't even drink no water yet. Speaking of which, where is my water? There it is. But again, still want to look for. Well, before I say that, let me see if it can hold. I would still like to look for sells. To be honest, I would like to look for sell underneath this level. Ideally, maybe we could possibly look for one here, but I'd feel a lot more safe looking for a sell with price underneath this level right here. To be honest, so we're gonna let price do its thing right now. Obviously, we see here we went for sales here, and then we see how price dropped down here, created liquidity, also hit the strong support level. Do we see the rejection drop, retest? It's rejecting that level, but still not against sales for these pairs here. Simply just waiting to see if it's going to hold this level as resistance, and if not, just going to wait for it to hit the next zone and see how it reacts to that level. That's pretty much it. Speaking of which, we see these retracing as well. GA. Let me zoom in because we can't see anything. I know y'all definitely can't see it. If I can't see anything, I know on y'all's screen y'all can't see anything. Yeah, so that thing's pushing back up. It's been wicking that low. So we could possibly see, again, I'm not looking for anything right here. I'm simply watching to see how price reacts to these levels. But if it breaks back above this level here, we could possibly see the bullish momentum continue again. At least on GA. Not EA yet, but at least on GA. But they are pretty similar looking. So we got the retest here. It's pushing back up. Whoops. It broke up other level, strong retest. Yeah, that's a strong candlestick to the upside. That thing's rejecting hard off that level. So we're gonna let that do its thing. We'll go back on the next 5 minute, check up on it, see how it's doing. I kind of like GC here. Let's see what these other pairs are up to. This is still bearish. That's retracing. GBPJPY has the only one. But this is showing some bullish momentum as well. Alright, so I like this right here. Stop loss 6675. 675. 26670. 725. Give me 1 second. So it's about a 55 pip stop loss. So let me write this up too. I really off I'm quiet. I can't talk and type. I'm gonna end up mixing what I'm saying and typing together. June 96725 16725. SL for this, looking at 6670. I kind of like this one right here. See if we can take out these highs right here. Catch about 20 to 30 pips here potentially. Yeah, I like this setup right here. All right. New 5 minutes about to start. So let's see what this 5 minute looks like. Let's just go back to GN. That's pushing us. So we're going to see how it reacts to this level here. I'm going to see how it reacts to this level here. Let's go back to gold. There's a gold still chilling right there. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on that though. We're going to keep an eye on those. Let's go back to GC. Yeah, I like GC. All right, I'm looking at a few charts at the same time. So this is a focus silence. Yeah, I like GC. So I'm going to enter GC. I'm going to type the TPs up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to type these TPs up right now. And I'm going to catch up to the comments as well. Give me 1 second. $67.50. There we go. All right, cool. Green. I'll do this. I'm looking at gold too. So this next 15 is going to be interesting. Gold, just going to switch back real quick. It's still holding this level. So I am leaning toward a buy here, but still going to wait for my confirmation. It's not going to pull the trigger too soon. But I do like this right here. I know I'm going to be looking for buys regardless. I realistically wouldn't be considering sells. I'm going to daily time frame. I realistically wouldn't even consider going for sales really until like to be super safe if price breaks underneath like 19. I don't even want to say 1920. I said like 1913, 1914, maybe 1920 short term. But I like to like consider like long term. Like if it was bullish, I'm strictly looking for buys. If it's bearish, I'm strictly looking for sell. So I'm saying I wouldn't consider like the reversal or to be like, okay, I'm strictly looking for sells until price breaks below those levels, I should say. So until then, I am I don't want to say strictly biased against bias for buys, but that is mainly the setups I'm gonna be looking for on those pairs. So yeah, that thing's still pumping up. Let's look at GA. GA is still pumping up. Yeah, so we could see uptrend continue. That is if price can break and definitely stay above 8280. So we're gonna leave the AUD pairs alone for now. And what was the other pair we was looking at? Out of curiosity, let's see EN. So EN is not struggling as much as GN. I was just kind of stuck for the past hour at this level, but it's definitely showing more effort to push to the downside than GN. But then again, a new 15 did just start, and it could just be trying to retest this 4-hour level, then start to drop. But let's see here. New 15. Let's see if we can take out these highs to the left on this pair. That's pretty much this and gold. Let's look at the indexes. I did a quick look, but none of them are actually at good entrances. Let's go ahead and refresh this so I can at least see what's going on here. All right, so things are kind of disgusting and mismatched and weird with the indexes, if y'all couldn't tell. We're gonna go over that in just a second. Do NASDAQ. I got you. Look at that perfect timing. I didn't even read that comment yet. I got you, Jen. I'm about to do NASDAQ. Let me just scan through this stuff really quick. All right, so looking at NASDAQ, because I did drop a video for y'all. I was saying I was looking for buys, but if we really just look at US30, that thing was rejecting this level, and now it's right back underneath this level, which is very interesting. So it's going to be interesting New York session. So we can hold this level, then we might be back at looking for sells for US30 if it can hold this level and close. Then we see bearish momentum pick back up in place. And of course, 8 times, 9 times out of 10, the other indexes are going to follow, i.e. NAS and SPX, which is what we kind of see here. I wouldn't, looking at it now, I wouldn't enter or mess with it. I wouldn't really want to really enter anything right now until it hits like 12,290. And if it breaks underneath that, then you can possibly look for a sell there. Or if it breaks back above 12,570 and holds that support, then you can possibly look for a possible buy setup. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it alone and see how it reacts to the price level underneath it. And if it shows us trying to break underneath that and continue to the downside, then I'm either going to look for a sell at that price level or wait for it to hit 12,290 and see how it reacts there. Kind of same thing with SPX. SPX flipped the script on us as well and it's dropped it down. So simply, I'm going to wait to see how it reacts to around 3860, 3862. And if it can break underneath that level and treat it as resistance, then I would not be against going for a sell setup. But let's go on. Yeah, so that's the game plan for those indexes right there. Because they're kind of just floating right now. So we're gonna let those do their thing. Gold still chilling at this level right here. Yeah, so New Zealand pairs are struggling. Yeah, and they came up to tap this level here, sure enough. Sure enough. I still would like to look for sells. We wouldn't look for buys until price breaks back above this level here. So that's no issue there. So I'm just going to simply move this up. And then I'll adjust this to that. I'm not entering that though. That's just a trade idea. Let me see. We're in GC. Oh, look at that. We blew some through some TPs, y'all. 6737. So we hit TP2. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. All right. Man, I'm still not up yet. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm up, but like my body is like I'm on autopilot right now. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But we're making some money, nonetheless. Overslept, started the stream late, but we're still blue. Missed a couple opportunities, I ain't gonna lie, but then again, on stream we miss opportunities all the time regardless. So it's nothing new. That's pretty much it. JPY pairs are still tanking. Gold's pushing up. So yeah, I do. Let me go into 5 minute and see what's looking like. Okay, so it's doing a retest on the 5 minute. New 5 minute just started right here. Yeah, that would have been a nice move right there. 94 is still a decent risk to reward right here. I'm about to write this up too. Not in this trade. Just want to write this up just in case we do enter it. I already have it written up. Yeah. But again, just simply looking to the left, we can see here, this was the second highest price went for the rejection, and this was the highest price went before the retest. So simply going to target these highs first. And if we can take these highs out, then we can target the next key price level, which will be the middle of the zone, the golden line you see above. So that's the game plan for GC. Pretty simple. Let's go back to GN just to see what's going on. Let's go to EN. EN's still holding this lowest resistance. GN's pumping, but that could just be all the the GBP pairs pumping, which we clearly see here. Again, members of the Advanced Play Signal Room and members of the Playbook course, you already know about this time and the GBP pairs. So it's not too much of a surprise there. But you see here, kind of at a halt right now. Again, because we have this lower traffic here. So it's either going to, and we also see it here, looking even farther to the left, we see a repeat of here. So when price first broke back above this level, hit this level here. Okay, y'all see the point. I'm getting a little going in my teacher mode right now. I'll go over that stuff with the members and the price watch list thing. All right, let me catch up to these comments. All right, cool. NASDAQ. All right, awesome. What's going on, y'all? Those that just joined the live, we're only in this trade currently. I would not suggest entering it because we already hit TP2 and we're approaching TP3. Looking at gold, I'm going to look for gold buys. Haven't entered this yet. Just looking at it, and then we're observing the AUD pairs to see what's going on, and then we're also looking at the New Zealand pairs. We're looking for sales as of now, but as you can see, GN is pumping up, then EN is still respecting this resistance level, but it's definitely struggling to break below. Excuse me, and break through this level of traffic right here. EA is not pumped though, so yeah, it's literally just the GBP pairs that are pumping crazy right now. Let's see what AN is up to. AN is actually at a decent entry as well. The ideal entry would have been right there, of course, but this is at a pretty decent entry as well. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this as well. And then we're gonna go over how we did last week. And I saw the votes are up. Y'all go on my what's it called? The post, the communities. Go to my YouTube profile. Hit the blue logo. Go to community post and vote. I dropped the vote last weekend on the next video y'all want me to drop. I'm pretty sure I know what y'all want, but of course y'all can keep voting until then. But I'm probably going to make the decision on which video I'm going to start editing up and dropping, because I want to drop it by Wednesday. That's the plan. So make sure to vote, and then either probably tonight, because I kind of want that to be posted on Wednesday. So probably tonight I'm going to see what the votes are, and then determine from there what the next video is going to be. All right, it's between trade breakdown or part 2 of the 200 to 2K account flip challenge. And if you haven't seen part 1 of that, make sure to check that out. It's on my channel. It's either my most recent or my second most recent video upload. So you just hit my profile and go to videos. It's literally going to say 202K challenge. It will be impossible to miss. I'll probably also link it before I hop off if I don't forget. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, y'all, but I usually would either be getting off around this time. Well, I'm about to get off in a little bit too. I'd be off this is like when we're on overtime. But yeah, y'all, gonna be back at it at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah, so hit this level. So I went to this level, now it's rejecting. So we're gonna see if I want to go for all of those, to be honest. But this is a long-term play. This is the short-term play. This is like holding to New York towards the end of the day. This is the short-term play right here. Yeah, so we got a new 5-minute that started. Let's go back to GC and see what's going on. All right, so it's doing a retest. We barely missed TP3. All right. Gonna see if we can hit that. And what was we just you see the CAD dropping down. GA, that's what I was looking at. So GA is stuck right there. EA is dropping down. So EA is still showing the downtrend beginning. So we see EA looks completely different from GA, as we can see here. But we do have this level of traffic here, kind of similar to EA, and we see these wicks right here. So that's the one similarity. But if we look on the daily time frames, we clearly see a difference. We clearly see it's still showing bullish momentum compared to Euro AUD, which is interesting. In fact, Euro AUD is showing it's still trying to drop to the downside. So this is that smaller percentage of when correlating pairs don't move together. We kind of see that with the indexes as well, mainly on the daily time frames. It's respecting this level here again. But yeah, so that's why you always want to still do your chart analysis, still identify the key levels, and never just hop into a coordinating pair, because there is that small percentage when they will kind of move the same. But sometimes they do adjust later on, a little bit later, or there's that other small percentage where they're just going to end up doing their own thing. We did have that one day, again, like one day, maybe twice that I can remember, at least twice that I can remember when I was looking for setups with the indexes, US30 NAS, SPX. Especially it was during that choppiness last year, like the last quarter. But you can clearly see on the daily time frames, all three of these pairs out of whack. When there was a point in time when they were looking very similar, but now they're all out of whack. But again, that does happen. So what was we looking at? I feel like I was looking at something else. I was looking at GN. So GN is rejecting that level. EN, all right. So we're gonna look at the next 15 here. Let's see what's going on here. Did reject this level nicely. This level right here too. The other things rejecting. So I literally tapped that thing and now it's going timber. I like this setup right here. Yeah, so let's see what the next 15 looks like with that. Again, this is a short-term play. And in the next couple of hours, will be pre-market. If y'all don't know, especially pre-market, it can also happen to opening candle or the hour before, which is still technically pre-market, before the new market starts or begins. There's usually some retracements or reversals. And with those retracements, especially on Mondays, okay, it is a Monday, especially on Mondays with the pre-market retracements, depending on how strong the volume is or the key level that we're on, it can end up changing direction going into New York. Now, of course, that's a smaller percentage, but it still happens. It has happened plenty of times, which is why I'm bringing it up. And also because it's a Monday, and there's a few other things. Just looking at the different time frames, structures. So just keep that in mind, y'all. New 15 just started. He's pushing up. GN's pushing up. EN's pushing up. Yeah, so these things are pushing up. So we want to let them do their thing still. Again, EN's still holding this level as resistance, which is a good sign. And we can clearly see here. Well, that's a bad markup. Let me try to fix that. Well, that's a wick. I usually wouldn't count that wick, but I don't know. Maybe that's the OCD in me right now. But I want to see a new low we made here. We see last time the drop started, hit this level, and that's when it retraced. And then now it's dropping down again. So we want to see if it can break that level today. If not, at least hit that level today. But so far, it's doing a good job holding this level as resistance. But as we can see, it is following GN's lead now and pushing up. But we can see this wick here is still holding this low as resistance, but it's definitely struggling to break this level of traffic and push back down to the downside. Same thing here. So that thing's pumping up. So we're just going to let those do their thing. We're still going to observe them. Let's go back to gold. So gold's dropping. So like I said, we're going to look for a buy here. If it can hold that level, which it hasn't yet, and if it doesn't hold that level, we're simply just going to let it retrace, see if it can hold that level underneath it, and then look for a buy right there. That's all we're simply going to do. So figure out decent SL for this. Decent SL. Yeah, but we see things retracing right now. GC is still trying to push up. GA is trying to push up. And he's doing the same thing. Yeah, so like I said, I still want to look for sells on these for now. Would not be considering buys until they break the previous low to the left. And again, we see it's still holding low as resistance. Yeah, so I still like a sell in EN especially. I wouldn't really consider buys until price breaks above like 71, like 50-ish, to be honest. That's just me though. All right, we hit TP2 again. We're approaching TP3 again. We missed it again by like 2 pips. So it's definitely trying to take out on these highs to the left. So keep an eye on your charts. Yes, I'm going to be paying attention to the New Zealand pairs. And then I'm going to be watching gold, looking for gold buys. The index is not 100% yet what I'm looking for. Like I said, I went over the analysis right now, but I'm not going to say set in stone what I'm looking for as of now because they're kind of all out of whack. There's definitely still bearish momentum here, so I would like to look for a sell if price can break below that level. NAS, a little bit of a different situation. And then same thing with SPX. So I might adjust these levels slightly. I might fix these because there's a lot of levels here on SPX to trade off of. So I might fix these levels slightly. So I might fix SPX slightly. Yep, there it goes. These things pumping up. It's working for our favor with GC though. I feel like I do this like every Monday. I totally forgot to put this trade on my on one of my funded accounts. Oh well. Put this on most of my accounts. So that's what my bad, y'all. Hope y'all didn't have earphones in. I just slapped y'all. And we're literally approaching it. We're almost there. Let me zoom in for y'all. Then let me go on my other screen and see what gold's up to. Yeah, gold looks like it's about to try to retrace down, which is fine. Yeah, so it's really struggling to break this high here, but it's trying. I want to see what we can do with this 5 minute. So that's what we want to see. So while it's doing that, let me see what's going on with these other pairs. Yeah, so it's just holding this level pretty strong. I'm still not gonna pull the trigger on that yet. Yeah, the GBP pairs are just pumping right now. Ian's still holding this level, so I'm not even gonna mess with GN right now. I'm going to write up this one though. 0795. Yeah, so as of now, I like Euro New Zealand better than GN. GN could try to follow its lead later, but as of now, Euro New Zealand's got the cleanest looking setup. So we're going to pay attention to this one. Because we're not trying to roll the dice over here. This one has a higher probability of going our way if we do go for a sell. Of course, that thing is still giving uppercuts to the resistance level, so we're not going to jump in on it yet. But I'm still going to write it down just in case we do jump in on it. This thing is right there. Are we going to hit it, y'all? Are we going to hit it? There we go, y'all. There we go. Rip through that thing. TP3 just got hit. TP46745. Well, never mind. TP4 just got hit. All right, our screen should be nice and blue right now. It should be my favorite color right now. Our screen should be nice and blue right now. And we did it right before that 5 minute like I wanted to. All right, let's look at gold. Gold's trying to push up. Let's look at GN. GN still doing that. EN still holding that level. So yeah, we're going to see what the next 15 looks like for EN and AN. I like these better than GN. GN could try to follow its lead, but as of now, I like AN and EN better. So these are the ones New Zealand pair wise we're going to be paying attention to. Let's sell for this 1.0725. Cool. All right, yep. The strong candlestick. So again, we just took out this high here. So do not be shocked if we see a retracement the next 15. Either that or it's going to continue to fly up or attempt to at least. So just keep that in mind. But we are up about 20-ish pips. So this is how we did last week. Whoops, let me slide it over. This is how we did last week. Last week was definitely one of the most difficult, at least for the year so far, mentally challenging trading weeks. The reason why I say that was those that was there already know. And of course, the members and stuff know because, of course, behind the scenes, I explain a lot more stuff in detail than I do in the free Telegram, unless you're in the live streams, of course. So y'all already understand that. But Monday, caught a huge move on SPX. We caught a few other trades as well, but caught 14,349 pips on Monday. Tuesday, we caught 78 pips. Wednesday, we caught 2,039 pips. Thursday, we caught 1,953 pips. And then Friday, we caught 223 pips. We could have caught a lot more because if y'all look above, if we scroll above and y'all watch this video right here, again, first link in the description. Join the free Telegram, free Signal Room, first link in the description. A lot of these pairs I went over in there end up going that direction. So we could have caught a lot more pairs, but I was out of town. It was not on the charts during New York session. So I only entered 2 trades personally. One was with the members, as you see here, your AED play, and then one was the play I called live. Well, not live, never mind. I didn't go live on Friday, but the play I called in the free Telegram. Went 2-0 that day. But anyways, because I told 18,642 pips, 6,795 of those strictly with the members, ended the week 14-2. All right, 87% win rate for the week. And I think last week, how did we do last week? No, the week before that, I should say. The week before that, we went 17-1. Got 59,000 pips. So starting off the month so far is pretty good. Pretty good month so far. And then we scored up here. We see March 5th. We went 13-1. Caught 1,600 pips there. So we're starting the last month of the quarter off to a great start. But last week was definitely one of the more challenging weeks. Obviously, as you can see, by Sunday, we only caught a few pips here and there. Tuesday was extremely choppy, so was Wednesday. But we also missed a couple moves on both of those days. But if you missed those moves, the rest of the pairs were extremely choppy those days. And then, of course, Thursday and Friday, personally, in my opinion, the best days to trade in the markets. Things just were flying nicely. And again, similar to Thursday and Friday, there were a lot of opportunities. We only entered a few because that's all you need. You don't need to enter every move in the market because that's just going to end up either being too many trades, end up over leveraging, over marginalizing, or you might just kill your profits by entering too many trades. And this G is pumping. EA is following his lead, so we're going to go ahead and delete that. And depending on how it reacts to this level up here, we might be going for buys again on the AUD pairs. So we will see. Let's look at these indexes. US30 is retracing back up. NAS is retracing back up. Like I said, if NAS breaks above that level, we're going for buys. Maybe we could consider the same thing for SPX. It would be a little bit risky for SPX though, but and then we see gold is dropping to the downside. So we might be considering buys right here, which is cool. All right. People used to say Fridays were not good days to trade. I wholeheartedly disagree. I agree. I used to, you know what? It's funny you say that because I used to say the same thing. I've told the story before, but I used to not know what I was doing because, like most of y'all, when I started learning trading, I was more concerned about just trying to make money and more or less concerned about the process and kind of understanding what was going on. I was more concerned with, okay, this looks good, this looks decent, this looks familiar, or more or less, let's see what happens. And I was rolling the dice gambling, and my main concern was just trying to make money instead of trying to effectively and officially make money. And we just hit another TP. So hold that thought for 2 seconds because, as y'all know, I cannot type and talk. TP5 just got hit. At least 2 different conversations. TP5 just got hit. Beautiful trade, beautiful trade. Forgot to put that on my funded, well, at least one of them. But I got in on my main one. The second, not the second, the next one I'm trying to pass. All right, cool. So we're going to put that up right there. On y'all's chart, y'all. On y'all's charts with this play right here. So back to yeah, but like it was so bad. Like basically, it was at the point where I was like, I am not trading on Fridays no more. I was only trading like Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday. Like I was not trading Wednesdays or Fridays because again, I'll just be chilling in the markets, oblivious to news before I even understood or even knew. Well, I know what news is, obviously, but I'm talking about like market wise. You know what I'm saying? Like before I even understood the importance of knowing when high impact news was about to pop off, I'd be just chilling, blue, nice blue, nothing too crazy because again, it was a smaller account, mainly because most of the money I threw away to the markets being stupid. So it was a smaller account. So I was up like maybe a couple dollars, a few cents. Nothing too crazy, but blue nonetheless. And then boom, news would start, rip to the downside, just craziness. I have flashbacks of when I entered the US30 when I shouldn't have on a $200 account. But regardless of that, so I get that. I used to think those days were terrible, but that was because I didn't truly understand how the charts worked or how to read the charts in general. Like I didn't know how to read candlesticks back then. All I understood like 2 years ago was a green candlestick means it's going up, red candlestick means it's going down. Of course, I knew what uptrends, downtrends were, but like back then, strategy wise, it was mainly like a bunch of like methods. Really, like that's the only thing I can really call them is methods. Like they worked, of course, and obviously, if I knew what I knew now, they'd probably work. They could probably work a little bit better, but I still personally think the strategy is better. But I'm not gonna lie, if I knew the stuff I knew now, like I had the discipline, the risk management, all that stuff that I didn't have then, I probably could have still did decent, if not good, with those strategies. But this I definitely learned a lot more after those experiences at the same time. Not just risk management, discipline wise, but chart wise, candle structure wise, all that good stuff. So, but yeah, I used to be like that too until things started clicking, and now Thursdays and Fridays are usually the best days. And again, we use the news to the advantage. Don't be scared of the news. All right, fear. Most people are scared of things that they don't understand or intimidated by, which is nothing wrong with that. But I highly suggest understanding how to trade news days because those days you can make a lot of money, especially Thursday and Fridays. News or no news, Thursday, Fridays, volumes pumping crazy in the markets. And of course, you don't know how to trade the news. I have the video just for you. By the way, make sure to subscribe. I don't think I said that yet. I think I was punishing myself. Oh, y'all did subscribe though. I do appreciate the subs. I do appreciate the subs. I see y'all subbing on here. Again, I do apologize for the late start. Things do happen. I am, not perfect. But yeah, these New Zealand players are flying. They said, screw your analysis. This is what I want to do instead. Ian's doing the same thing. Screw your analysis. I don't want to go down. EA's doing the same. Yeah, they just said, screw you, bro. But it's actually going to work in our favor because off these retests, and if it holds these levels during New York, it should be a nice, smooth pump to the upside. If it holds these levels of support. So I'm not against this at all. Again, when you're on the markets, you want to know what your game plan is, but you want to still be open-minded. And by that, I mean, you want to understand what's going on and know, like, okay, price hits this level, this kind of like a stop loss or take profit. Price hits this level, I'm going to exit. I was most likely wrong. Or price hits this level, I'm going to exit because this was my target for price to reach. You know what I'm saying? So kind of similar thing. Right now I'm just trying to figure out where I would like to put my stop loss. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So I got a few options. I might just do that just to be on the safer side. It's a decent one. Yeah. So we're gonna be going for buys on these now. Which I'm not against because again, if it breaks this level, my ruler would tell me to go for buys. One thing I used to do was like, if I was like, okay, if I had like, if I had this buy set up here, this buy idea, I would ignore what's going on in the charts and be like, no, I said I want to look for a buy. So I'm strictly looking for buys. Even if it would like break structure or like it'll show signs of a reverse or not going for or not being bullish, I'll still be like, no, I said I was looking for a buy, so I'm strictly looking for a buy. But you have to know when to adjust your plan or when you know your analysis needs to be changed. So that's what we're doing right now. Let's see what AN is up to. Let's wait for the refresh. Snap. Okay. So AN. So AN is following the downtrend. So we could have got an entry on that one. Yep, here we go again, missing entries, but it's all good. Didn't go too far though. So that's interesting. This was still, because obviously we're going to the daily time frame. This thing is obviously bearish. And then this one, it's like beginning the bearish momentum, but compared to AN's literally been dropping since February. It's been dropping since February, like the middle of February. And this one didn't really, and then when this was bearish, G and the EN were still bullish. If you look right here, obviously, and if we zoom out, you'll be able to see it a lot clearer. These were all bullish, but AN started its downwards momentum a lot sooner than the other pairs. So I'm still not against sells. So I am going to still look for sells going into New York, at least for now. Obviously, that can change, but I know the price points where if price was to break those levels, where I'd be like, okay, time to change the plan. So SBS did break back above. NAS is pushing back up too. So it looks like my analysis for NAS might still hold up. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what I said with US. Well, I said the same thing with US. So it's in that level still. So we might be going for buys on these still. I might have just did a reattempt during Tokyo session. But as of now, we might be looking for buys still. That would have been a nice buy to jump in on. I'm not gonna lie. But I was ignoring those at the time. But if it breaks above this level, I will go for buys. We even go for a short-term buy if it breaks above this 4-hour level too, depending on what it looks like. But that is a good sign right there. Just got to figure out what level I want to mark off. I don't know what level I'm going to mark off. I'm going to have to figure that out. It looks like we might be going for buys on these things. Might be going for buys on these things. Might do a repeat of, what day was this? Thursday. Those just joined the stream. We only entered one trade so far for the day, which was, I want to adjust this, which was GBP CAD. We just hit TP5. What's the TP5? Let me see. It's one of the, TP5. We just got one TP left. And it's attempting to push up, but we entered at 25. We're at 50, so we're about 25 pips in profit right now. Pretty nice trade. Everybody's screen should be nice and blue. Gold. I want to see it retrace down to here. That's what I want to see happen. It could try to push back up, but I want to see it retrace right here, ideally, because we do have some imbalances I want to see get filled up. Fill that one up slightly. Fill that one up. I want to see them at least get hit on the 50. Then we have this one too. I have a feeling this is going to get hit this week. Because I'm like, we have to see some red candlesticks at some point, right? On the daily time frame. And I think this would be the perfect time for that. One, we just broke this level. And then we have this huge imbalance from Friday. And mainly why I'm saying this, because I want to see this get hit. Because if this gets hit and filled up, and then price proceeds to push to the upside, we'll have a higher chance of it being a smoother push to the upside. Because we're going to have to see a red candlestick at some point in these next couple of days. And again, we do have a lot of news popping off this week, so we might see that coming up. That's interesting. So I want to see how that reacts to that level there. I'm still considering sells on these, obviously, but these things are just flying up. All right, so we're going to ignore the New Zealand pairs and we're going to switch over to the AUD pairs because these are our good entries right now. So we're going to wait for the next 15, see what that looks like. I would like a retest off the daily level beforehand, but it did just break through. I want to see a retest. But I do like this right here. Give me 1 second. I am about to hop off in a second, though. I just want to see what this next 15 looks like. It's either a big buy or a big sell-off that market makers like to do before the weekend. Yeah, it's that, and yeah, it's literally that, and then they want to. It's that. It's a few other things, but that's literally what it is. They want to get price, especially like the last couple hours, especially on Fridays. They want to get price. They want to hurry and put the price where they want, whatever it is, the currency, the stock, gold, whatever it is, to be at before market closes. So that's why they also do those huge pumps, and they also use the news to do the huge pumps, because then they have an excuse for why this day was this huge candlestick or all this other crazy stuff. Yeah, so like I said, I would like to interrupt the retest off this. Excuse me. Yeah, so it looks like it's trying to do that. I do like this for a buy, though. Let's look at EA. EA is trying to push up as well. Yeah, so I'd like to see, I would have liked to see the retest. 82.30. All right. 120. Yeah, so we're going to try to stay on top of this level. And if we can stay on top of the level, we can definitely continue to push to the upside. That's what we're trying to do. All right, y'all. Make sure to hit that sub button. Make sure to hit that like button. Going to be on time tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna set up multiple alarms with the ringer on, and I'm gonna keep it far away from me this time. We're gonna be back at it tomorrow, 3 a.m. EST. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it on the bottom of y'all screen at playmaker_way. Gonna be back posting daily. I gotta make some more content and edit. I gotta finish editing this stuff, but gonna be back posting daily. I post daily on Instagram, especially during the week. I'm talking about on TikTok because between them banning stuff or shadow banning me, on top of that, I'm gonna be back on it. I'm gonna be trying a different approach as well. I'm gonna be testing a few things out. That's mainly why I've been posting less as well, because I've just been trying to adjust the game plan and things like that. Always trying to improve. You know, you always gotta try to improve. But yeah, definitely follow me on those. Don't want to miss out on the content on there. And then of course, all the trades I enter, I post all the screenshots and stuff like that on the Instagram. I can't post that stuff on TikTok. I know it's weird because on the options side, unless it's just me, but I doubt it's just me. I'm pretty sure they do it to other people. But on the options side of TikTok, they can post like P&Ls, they can post screenshots of them in like the trades and stuff. But Forex has just gotten such a bad name. It's getting a little better, but it's just, I don't know. Like they just call everything scamming if it's on Forex, if it's Forex related on there. And it's kind of ridiculous, but I understand why. But it's kind of ridiculous. But at the same time, I can reach a lot of people on TikTok, so that's why I like it too. Because the more people I reach, the more people I can help. And Instagram's just a hater of mine. Instagram doesn't want to see me shine at all. But give me one second. So yeah, so things have changed. Still not against New Zealand sales. But I'm gonna leave these alone for now. Now the AED pairs, if you can hold these levels, I want to look for a retest on the 15, a red candle retest ideally. But might be considering buys on EA and GA. Gold, I'm still looking for buys. And then tap that lower rejected. Let's go back to US30. Tap that lower rejected. And I'm leaning towards buys a little bit, but I'm not going to say that because it just depends on, again, the price levels and how it reacts to those price levels. So far, price is still struggling to make new lows. It's pushing up, but as we see here, it's still reacting to these levels. But we see a nice little wick here, so it's still trying to push to the upside. So I might be looking for buys on the indexes as well. Yeah, but these pairs right here just flew up to the upside. All right, but we see here GC is still trying. Keep an eye on y'all's charts. If you're interested in how to identify these levels, you see these lines on your screens. You got a few options. I do got some videos on YouTube that kind of break down the basics of it. But if you kind of want to learn from me, or if those are kind of confusing still, or you just want to make sure you understand fully how to do this stuff yourself, I do one-on-one mentorships outside the Vince Play Signal Room. And of course, the Playbook course is out as well. The course isn't just teaching you how to trade Forex. It's not just teaching you my Forex strategy, because the strategy I used to trade Forex isn't necessarily a Forex strategy. It's how to read the charts. All right, the course is teaching how to read charts, how to read candlesticks. Knowing how to read these candlesticks, you can do a lot of things. Not just trade Forex, but you can use this for long-term investments, crypto, works on options, stocks as well, and it works on any time frame, literally any time frame. So If you want to learn how to actually read the charts, also understand how to trade news, how news actually works, and how to use news to your advantage, that's in the course, as well as I teach the members and students that. But strictly talking about news, I do have a video on YouTube titled "How to Trade News." I'm about to link that really quick if I can find it. Here it is. Yeah, so I have a video titled "How to Trade News," and I also have a video part 2 of how to trade news. So part 1, I'm teaching y'all how I go about news, and then part 2 is me showing you examples of me doing exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, so there that goes. And let's see here. Yeah, so goals are tracing down. So we want to see how gold reacts to this level here. So I'm probably going to set an alert on that level. We've seen the retest happen here. So we're going to see if it can hold that level. But I like these here. So yeah, we're going to be paying attention to GA and EA going into New York. Give me that. Now it's a Japanese holiday today, but the JPY pairs still did continue to bearish momentum, at least during Tokyo session. Then we have Australian news at 8:30 when markets reopen later on in the day, and that's pretty much it. So we're just going to be pretty standard Monday. Volume is slowly pumping into the markets. Caught a nice move on GC. All right, caught into this live, posted a trade live. You see how many people viewed it and or took the trade. See the TPs getting hit. This is how we did last week. We went 14-2, 87% of the trades last week. Caught a total of 18,642 pips. And then I think we went, and then we lost. So we've lost two. We lost 2 trades last week. We lost 1 trade the week before, and then 1 trade the week before that. So we've only lost. I'll do the math later. Cause I know I can count that. That's obviously 4 trades lost, but I was trying to do the math of how many trades won, and that's too many ones I'd have to carry. And again, I'm in autopilot mode right now. I literally just woke up. Well, that was like an hour ago, but y'all get the point. AN still chilling right here. So it's got this huge level of traffic above it though. So it could break above that, but the likelihood of that is a lower percentage than it respecting and staying underneath it. But I said the same thing about Euro New Zealand, and that thing broke above it. But we could possibly look for a sell right here, depending on how price reacts to that level. Same thing with GN. So again, I'm not against sells. It was just not at that level. So it might be at this level. All right. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Got some things to take care of. But yeah, I'm going to be back at it tomorrow, y'all. 3 a.m. EST, London session. So I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Of course, you want to contact me directly. You can also DM me on Instagram. See it on the bottom of y'all screens. I respond to all messages. Matter of fact, I just responded to one about 10 minutes ago. Yep, so I'm in my DMs. I'm always going through my DMs. You can hit me up on Telegram as well. Always going through them, answering questions. It can be about anything trading related. You want to just see how my day is going. That's cool too. Whatever case may be. But if you're struggling with trading, hit me up. I'm going to help you. Again, like if this is, basic questions or, just want my opinion or something, I am here to help y'all. That's why I started the playbook. All right, because trading does not need to be as complicated as it looks or people make it. All right, it's very simple. And once you understand how to do it, it's rinse and repeat, and it is just a game changer. Not just income wise, but just everything. Like this stuff is a game changer for sure. All right, let me make sure I'm caught up to the comments. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. And then members, I'm probably gonna drop that. I'm probably gonna hop off now. I'm probably gonna drop that updated price watch list for you right now, because it is around that time I would usually do it. So I'm probably gonna drop that for you right now once I hop off. So this is regular level. Yeah, SPX is in that zone, so it stays underneath this level. We could go for sells, but if it breaks above 39, like 15, 39, 20, then I go for buys. But if we can stay underneath this level, then we can go for sells. That's what I'm looking at for SPX. So it can go either way. If it breaks above, we can go for buys. If it rejects and stays below it, we can go for sells, like we see here. Sells, breaks above, buys, broke above. So it's just been ranging right now. So I can't set in stone what I'm specifically looking for. So I gotta give you if then scenarios. All right, so we want to see if we can hold this level. And if it can't hold this level, then we might go for sells again. But we're going to see if we can hold this level, which is why I wanted to see the retest. And it's retesting right for the next 15. Yeah, but I'm going to hop out. I'm still going to be on the charts though, but I got some things I got to do. I got to drop the video for the members and the people in the playbook course. And then I got to edit some videos for TikTok and Instagram.